When you think of Amsterdam, the sweet and red light district come to mind. What if we tell you there's so much more to this city? In this video, we're taking you beyond the stereotypes to discover Amsterdam's art, culture, and unforgettable food, but maybe some coffee shop visit as well. Maybe.
So continuing on our big Europe trip after lovely visits to Geneva, Zurich, Innsbruck, Munich and Frankfurt, we hopped on a 4-hour train from Germany to Amsterdam in Netherlands and arrived just as the city lights started to twinkle.
We immediately took a quick stroll through the infamous streets known for its window displays and various coffee and wheat shops, which it felt was on every street corner.
It is just 5 o'clock, but it's completely dark, like nighttime. So we can already smell a lot of fun things over the street, but we're just checking out some other cute museums right now.
And then we arrived at Wallen, one of the oldest districts of Amsterdam, which was built around 1385 and which is the largest and most well-known red light district in the city. We certainly felt a bit outside our comfort zone here, though it was an interesting sight. And we can't show you much of it as there is one strict rule of that street at night: no camera or gimbal to respect the sex workers standing behind the transparent windows. We were told that if you try to film, chances are that somebody is going to come up and grab or crush your phone. So yeah, please respect people's privacy.
But visiting the Wallen, we wanted to learn more about the lives of sex workers in Amsterdam, beyond just shallow staring. Just when we learned about the Red Light Museum of Prostitution, we felt like ought to check that out.
And we approached it with open open mind and no judgments. You need to open a bank account first.
Yes, that's my business account.
Yes. And maybe we got too carried away as we suddenly had the chance to get a feel for it ourselves.
That's the male prostitute. I'm hiring tonight. Too many clothes? Take it off.
But jokes aside, there is obviously a very serious side to all of this. There are serious issues surrounding stigma, safety, and the complex challenges faced by sex workers. Societal judgment can lead to isolation and make it hard to seek help, while the work itself can involve inherent risks. And we were glad that the museum sufficiently addressed this side of the practice, and that they and the government have in place a range of measures to ensure everyone's safety.
After the Red Light Museum, it was time to try some Dutch comfort food. And one of these must-tried Dutch dishes is bitterballen, a crispy, deep-fried snack filled with thick, savory beef stew. Locals love to pair it with a cold beer, and after trying it, we totally get why. It was so great.
And next, we set sail on the Amsterdam Light Festival boat tour, which is a once-a-year event showcasing incredible light installations across the city canals during the winter period. And it was beautiful seeing all the unique art and light decorations across the city, and to do so in the comfort of a nice boat with snacks and drinks. But after all the sightseeing, it was time to experience some other side, and what many tourists in Amsterdam are curious about: the coffee shop.
Let's clear this up. In Amsterdam, coffee shops don't serve cappuccinos. They're actually legal cannabis cafes. The Netherlands decriminalized cannabis way back in 1976, but it's still technically illegal.
And what about tourists? Yeah, you're allowed to. Despite some local debates, Amsterdam remains open to international visitors who want to experience the local herbs. Responsibly, of course. But don't expect to film inside, and definitely don't underestimate the edibles. Just ask Polly.
Edibles are cannabis-infused snacks like brownies, gummies, or chocolate that give you a high when digested. They take longer to kick in, usually 30 to 90 minutes, but the effects can last much longer and hit way harder than expected. So yeah, start low and go slow.
And here's the catch with edibles: once they hit, they really hit. Side effects? Think dry mouth, time moving in slow-mo, and a wild ride of overthinking. For Polly, it was full-on paranoia mode. So naturally, the only solution was McDonald's.
This is McDonald's. So you look like in somewhere else, like they're remaking McDonald's, but yes, I can prove it is this. So in Netherlands, they're very famous for their croquette, like France. So they have Mac croquette in Netherlands. Can you believe it? Automat noodles.
Then what happened after will leave to your imagination.
Then, after a good night's rest, we're ready to dive into our day with the Amsterdam's incredible art scene in mind.
Day 2 in Amsterdam. It's a more clearer view of the train station. Very big and the canals.
But first stop, trying Amsterdam's famous breakfast, Dutch pancakes and poffertjes. Some small fluffy pancakes. They were really delicious.
So we're in one of the Dutch pancake shop, and this is their festive drinks, white chocolate,
Yes.
and a baked cream,
Yeah, very.
and 2 gingerbread.
Put it all in your mouth. Nice. This looks more like a pizza. The next stop was the famous Museumplein, or Museum Square. This area is home to 4 of Amsterdam's most iconic museums. The Rijksmuseum, which is the National Museum of the Netherlands, the Van Gogh Museum, showcasing the life and works of Vincent van Gogh, and 2 modern art hubs, the Stedelijk Museum and the Gogh Museum, both known for their edgy contemporary collections.
We first got tickets to the iconic Rijksmuseum. It is located in the heart of Amsterdam and is one of the main things you ought to see when you visit the Netherlands. The museum moves you through more than 8,000 works of Dutch art and history, including masterpieces by Vermeer and Van Gogh. Then we decided to have a little fun in this massive museum.
I mean, it's not mine, but it's beautiful. This masterpiece. I need to put it up somewhere so people think it's part of the exhibition.
And the best part, a few people actually didn't know that it wasn't part of the exhibit. Okay. Jokes aside, we didn't get caught, but we did leave a famous painting behind for someone to discover or maybe even adopt. We hope it's still there today.
So after the art museum, we're going to Van Gogh Museum. We got a ticket! Yay!
Anyway, Polly is more of an art lover than myself, and she really loved her time at the Rijksmuseum. Her suggestion is that, even if you're just breezing through, make sure to set aside at least 2 to 3 hours to really take it all in. Me, on the other hand, I could probably complete it a lot quicker.
And then it was time for the very famous Van Gogh Museum. If you love his art or want to learn more, this place is a must-see. The museum is filled with stunning works from the man who brought us the starry night, sunflowers, and so much more. And it felt actually a celebration of one of history's greatest artists.
Nailed it! See ya next time, Van Gogh.
After all the cool paintings, it was time for some chiller vibe. We stopped by the Heineken Experience, where we got to learn all about the history of one of the world's most famous beers, right here in Amsterdam. And I've always enjoyed Heineken, especially in my younger days, so it was fun to get this experience, and it's always a bit special to enjoy a cold one at the very place it was brewed.
And what we loved about the Heineken Experience tour was that it wasn't just a guided tour about history and brewing machines. It was also super interactive. We even played lots of games to win extra beer tokens. And yes, we of course got competitive.
I'm sure that each single one of you got the tokens. Yes, so the tokens are only in this building. Because all the way in the end of the tour, you will enter the best damn bar. Best damn bar. Heineken. Heineken.
Overall, it was such a fun experience, and let's just say that after a few extra beers, Polly started getting a little extra silly and giggly.
And you can even customize your own bottle at the end of the tour, but this time we decided to keep it simple. So, we had some nice drinks and then it was time to go grab some Dutch food.
And we discovered a cozy Dutch restaurant serving authentic traditional dishes. And honestly, the flavors were just as rich as the culture itself.
I'm gonna get a beer, curry, pea soup, stamp pot, rushes.
We tried bitterballen yesterday and loved it, and today we tried the famous Dutch herring, which is lightly salted and eaten raw. And while it's an acquired taste for some, we really enjoyed it. You're kind of used to like fish and stuff like that.
Just tastes like tuna, and it's not salty.
Culture, arts, beer coma, and food coma. That's how we wrapped up day 2 in Amsterdam. And honestly, we wouldn't have it any other way. On our final day, to start our day, we had Dutch croquette as our brunch.
Morning.
And we decided to visit one of our favorite Dutch brands.
Mr. Tony Chocolonely.
They are not just known for making amazing chocolate, but also that they're 100% slave-free in the chocolate industry, and we love to support great initiatives and causes.
Inside the Tony's Chocolonely shop, it was a burst of color and fun. And you could customize your own bar with your name and favorite flavors. We picked up a whole bunch of unique combos as the perfect sweet ending to our Amsterdam trip. And of course, souvenirs to bring back home to Australia.
And so, after 3 incredible days, it was time to say goodbye to Amsterdam. This city is so much more than what it's often associated with, and we had the chance to experience a glimmer of its creative, vibrant, and flavorful side, which we love. We've learned a lot, had some great experiences, and definitely won't be forgetting this trip anytime soon.
That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, share, and subscribe. That means a lot to us. See you in the next video. Bye!